COVID has been like no other pandemic I have seen in my life. I have been in the medical field for 5 decades now, and I have never seen the world being turned topsy-turvy by any other illness like COVID. I have seen AIDS, polio, Zika, MERS, SARS, H1N1, and every other pandemic that has come through the world in the last few decades. But nowhere any other pandemic has completely stopped the world from working. We have seen schools being shut down, healthcare in doldrums, economy completely destroyed, hotel and airline industry completely destroyed. Now, what is the solution forward? As of now, the good news is that the number of cases of COVID in our country has drastically come down. It's about 40 to 50% of what it was about 2 months ago. And so in Karnataka too. In Karnataka, it's even come down further by almost 70%. So right now, the only way we can control COVID is by an aware citizens of this country. Awareness in the form of wearing a mask, maintaining social distancing, washing your hands, and also following the norms of not spitting and cough etiquette. If we do this, we'll certainly decrease the spread of COVID in this country and also in this world. Of course, the silver lining in the cloud now is the arrival of the vaccine against COVID. Again, I've never seen a vaccine being developed so fast for any other disease. Usually it takes about 8 to 10 years for a vaccine to be developed, but fortunately for us, many kinds of vaccines have come out for COVID in the last 8 to 10 months. Of course, it's been developed very fast, and we have had phase 3 trials completed by some of the companies, and the UK has already approved use of the Pfizer vaccine for its citizens. Fortunately, this has happened very soon, and hopefully in the next few months vaccines will be available in India. Now, a lot of questions have been asked about the vaccine. First and foremost has been the safety, and as far as we know, the vaccine has been relatively safe with very few side effects in the volunteers who have taken the vaccine, which is not uncommon for any kind of vaccine. The second thing we have noted, at least in the UK, is some people have developed allergic reaction to the Pfizer vaccine. But again, this is only in people who have had a history of very severe allergy in the past, and now there is note saying that such patients probably should not get the vaccine, but in general it's safe for most of the population. So that's regarding the safety angle. The second angle is the efficacy. Now, from whatever data we have, the efficacy is in the range of 65 to 95%, which means it's a very efficacious vaccine, because many vaccines in the past have only been as efficacious as 50%. The third is a very difficult question to answer. The question is, how long will the vaccine remain efficacious? And this is very difficult to predict. We have had different kinds of vaccines in the past that have efficacies for different periods of time. For instance, the flu vaccine is repeated every year. The pneumonia vaccine or the pneumovax is repeated every 5 years. And there are certain other vaccines like the hepatitis B vaccine. We actually check the immunity level, and only then, if there is no immunity, we repeat the vaccine. So as of now, it will be very difficult to say how long the immunity will be lasting, and also when the patient needs to be revaccinated. These are questions that are unanswered. Only time will tell us. But what we do know is that at least 60 to 95% of the patients receiving the different kinds of vaccines available have developed antibodies, which suggest that they will be immune to the COVID virus. As I said, it would be impossible to vaccinate the 7 billion plus people in the world, especially since most of them require 2 doses of the vaccine. So we have to prioritize as to who receives the vaccine first and who receives it later. As of now, the norms are that the healthcare workers will be the first to receive it. When I say healthcare workers, will be doctors, nurses, technicians, so on and so forth, who are the frontline warriors against COVID. Then there will be people who are directly dealing with COVID. They may be the Paura Karmikas, the BBMP workers, ASHA workers, police, so on and so forth. Then the next category is the people who are high risk. And high risk would be elderly, people with diabetes, hypertension, chronic kidney disease, cancers, heart disease, lung disease, so on and so forth. So that would be the second category, and then would come the other citizens of this country and the world. So I think the government is already making a list of who needs to get the vaccine first, but in general this will be the priority: healthcare workers, frontline workers, people who are directly dealing with the patients who are likely to have COVID, followed by high-risk groups, and then the rest of the citizens.